Good morning, dear students in grade 12. Welcome to our English seminar for today, in which we are going to talk about Unit 2. Well, dear students, dear colleagues, let me first welcome my colleagues in the studio who are going to participate in this seminar. Mr. Karim Qassab, a senior supervisor in the Ministry of Education. Good morning, Mr. Karim.
Good morning, Mr.
And Mr. Mazen Abdul Karim, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Mazen.
Mr. Bassel.
Good morning, everyone. Well, dear students, as you know, in this seminar, we are going to talk or to revise, let's say, Unit 2. As you know, if we look at, let's go directly to Unit 2, page 16. Thank you very much. As you can see here, the title of Unit 2 is Migration. Of course, you know, migration is the movement of people from one place to another to live in that place. This is the meaning of migration. When we talk about grammar in Unit 2, of course, as you can see here, talking about past events, of course, there is a revision of using past tenses, especially the past perfect tense and the simple past. Maybe the past continuous or progressive can be revised here. And if we have more time, we can talk about the past perfect continuous. Well, as you know, because we have a number of texts, so we have some new vocabulary in this text about numbers, about word families, and of course there is a text. Let's go directly to the text. Before going to the text, as usual, Mr. Mazen,
Yes.
I'd like you to clarify or to focus on the new vocabs in exercise 2 with definitions, of course. Here we have a number of new words
Yes.
and some definitions of these new words. Please.
Yes, these words has to do with migration. Number one, success. It is number 3, a period of grade 12. Number B, development. It's number 4, the process of modernization. Number C, deteriorate. It's number 6, to get worse. Number D, immigrate, which is the meaning. To leave, number 5, which is to leave your country, to live in a new country. Number E, famine, which is a serious shortage of food leading to a great hunger on a larger scale. So famine, it is hunger, but on larger scale.
Yes.
Industry.
Industry.
Yes, industry, which is number 1, economic activity concerned with raw materials and manufacture of
Thank you.
goods.
Yes, so this is the meaning of the word industry.
Yes.
Industry here means economic activity concerned with raw materials and manufactured goods. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, let's go directly to the text. As you can see here, dear students, the title of the text, as you can see here, the text contains 3 paragraphs or 3 stories, let's say, A, B, and C. So here, the title, why do people leave their home countries? It is a question. Before going on to talk about each paragraph, Mr. Karim, in this text, let me ask you about the title itself, the question itself. When we say, why do people leave their home countries? Of course, there are many reasons. Would you please talk about or give us an idea about the reasons of migration, please?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Bassel. Actually, migration is a phenomena. It is, you know, a worldly phenomena. Means that wherever you go in the world, you find people migrating from place into another.
Yes.
Because of many reasons, of course. Some people migrate to get better jobs and to get money.
To improve their life.
To improve their lives.
Yes.
Some people migrate to study.
Yes.
So some people migrate for many other reasons.
Because of hunger, as we are going to see now.
Exactly.
And
So
maybe
yes.
others migrate, maybe for natural disasters or because of natural disasters.
Volcano.
If there is a volcano, for
Yes,
example,
yes.
or an earthquake somewhere, of course the people of that place should migrate or must migrate
Exactly.
or have to migrate
Right.
or to move from that place, because if they stay,
They will die.
it would be dangerous.
Yes.
It wouldn't be safe for their lives.
Right.
So that's why they migrate or leave this
so
place.
here in the text in this unit, in unit 2, we are talking about migration in general. Then we come to the people of Ireland or the Irish
Yes.
people.
Now,
Yes.
now let's go directly, Mr. Karim, for the first paragraph.
Yes.
Here, I'd like to give the students an idea about the whole text, in fact. As you can see, the first paragraph, which is the first story, paragraph A, it is very clear that this paragraph talks about the economic situation in Ireland at that time, and it says that the economic situation in Ireland at that time was very difficult. There was hunger everywhere, and of course there was a reason for that hunger or for that famine, and that's why, or that was the reason which pushed or forced people to go out from Ireland and to live in other countries in Europe.
Exactly.
So I'd like to ask, in fact, Mr. Mazen about
Yes.
this story. Then I'm going to ask Mr. Karim about the second story, which is an island called Tristan da Cunha in the South Atlantic Ocean. Please.
Yes, in the early 19th century, people in Ireland, the economic activity in Ireland was agriculture, farming. But because farmer used old methods, so they heard.
They immigrated.
So
Some of
they
them
heard
immigrated.
that they can earn
Yes.
more money if they go abroad.
Before we go on,
Yes.
I think we have a call, sorry. Rula, good morning.
Good morning, Doctor.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Your
I
question, please.
Yes. My question is on page 11, activity book.
In the activity book, page 11.
11.
It's okay.
Now, question 2, we have to match list A with list B and correct the verb.
Yes, exercise number 2. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I want number 2 from list B.
No, for number 2, list
Yes.
B.
Here we correct the verb like past perfect.
Okay.
Can we correct it with past
continuous.
perfect continuous, because we have
For.
the action lasts for a period of time?
But
Is it-
here,
is it correct
where is the period of time? I
Yes,
can't see it.
For many years.
we
For many
have-
years? Is it mentioned here? Where is it?
Yes.
Number two. He
number 2,
drive
without-
nearly 1,000 kilometers without a break.
Yes.
There is no many years here. We don't have such a term.
No,
Here,
not
here.
many years.
Okay, okay.
We have a period. The action lasts for a period of time.
It's okay, but the period here
But
Yes.
the action
not,
is over,
okay,
Mr.
okay,
Bassett.
okay.
You know?
Okay,
Yes.
here. Let's do it. Let's try to do it, Rula.
Yes.
Can you do it?
Uh,
Can you match it with the first sentence?
Yes, wait a minute, please. We have here, I wasn't surprised that he fell asleep at the wheel of
I
his
wasn't surprised that
Yes.
he
fell
Fell
asleep
asleep.
fell asleep at the wheel of his car. So
This is number E.
he had driven nearly, because I wasn't surprised
Yes.
that he fell asleep
Yes.
at the wheel. So he fell asleep at the wheel.
Yes.
Okay, this is action. This is the first action. Let's say we have an action.
Yes.
He fell asleep at the wheel of his car, right?
Yes.
Then there is another action, which is number 2,
Yes.
and he did this action before the first action. Before he fell asleep at the wheel of his car, he had driven nearly 1,000 kilometers without a break. It's okay. Without a break, it means without a stop.
Yes.
So he did this action before this action. That's it. We
Yes.
don't have here a duration. As you know,
Yes.
the past perfect Rula continuous is usually used to talk about an action that was in progress and lasted for a period of time before another action happened or time in the past. I mean, it is used mainly to focus on the duration. It is mainly used to emphasize or to focus on the duration of an action that was in progress in the past for some time before another action happened in the past or before a time. For example, let me give you another example.
Yes.
Okay, Rula?
Yes.
For example, before 2 weeks from now, I was looking for a new flat. Okay?
Yes, yes.
I had been looking for a new flat for about 2 weeks before yesterday. This is a time. So before yesterday, I had been looking for the flat for 2 weeks. Or I can say, I had been looking for a new flat for 2 weeks before I found a new one yesterday. Okay? So here, the purpose or the reason of using the past perfect continuous is to focus on the duration of an action that was in progress before another action in the past. For example, now, what are we doing now in the seminar? We are discussing Unit 2, right?
Yes.
But we started at, let's say, 11 o'clock. If we want to focus, Mr. Karim, on the duration, we should say we have been let's say describing or explaining or talking about Unit 2 since 11 o'clock. Okay, Rula?
Yes.
So we use the present perfect continuous to focus on the duration in the present.
Right.
Now, but if we want to focus on a duration of an action in the past, before another action, we should use the past perfect continuous. Here, we don't have a duration, so I think here, the correct answer is had driven. That's it. Okay?
There is something else, Mr. Bassel.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, I have another question, please.
Okay, you're
just listen to
Mr.
me. Here
Karim.
we have 1,000 kilometers. Here we have a number.
Yes.
When we ask about how many kilometers,
It is an achievement.
It is an achievement here. So we must use it in simple, not in progressive. Do you understand me, Rula?
Okay.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Okay.
Your
Yes.
next question, please, because we have another call. If
Yes,
you have another question, please.
Yes, another question is about wish.
About
Wish.
We use the wish and could
Wish.
to refer to regret for inability to do something,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. But what if I give you this sentence, how can we use wish with it? I can sit in front of TV.
I can't what?
I can sit in front of TV for a long time.
Okay. I wish I would sit.
I wish
Why?
I could
Why?
sit.
Why?
I
don't-
wish I could.
I could.
I wish I could sit. I
Yes.
wish I would sit in front of all these cases are correct. Don't focus, Rula. You are just listen to me, please. It seems to me that you are not a student. It seems to me that you are not a student in grade 12. Are you a student in grade 12? You are a teacher, right? I
Yes.
can guess that you are a teacher. It's okay. You are a teacher, welcome anyway, but you have to say that you are an English teacher, not a student. It's okay. First of all. Number two, don't focus on regret or to criticize or something like that. Don't try to make your students focus on these details. Don't be strict. Don't be strict. That's it. This is what I mean. I mean, when we give the student any sentence, it is a present situation. The situation is not good. That's why we wish in our reality. Why? Give the students the reason of wish. I mean, ask them, why do we wish in reality, in our real life? Because we don't like our reality. And we have, or we want to make it better. That's
Better,
it.
or
This
the
is why we
opposite.
wish. Or
Yes.
to improve it.
To improve.
Or to make it the opposite.
The
For
opposite,
example,
right.
Karim smokes too much. I wish he wouldn't smoke at all.
Exactly.
I wish he would change this behavior or this habit. It is correct. I wish he could stop smoking. It is correct. If he uses could, it's correct. If you use would, it's correct. It's okay. It depends on the speaker and the purpose of his speech. So please, it is a language. Don't teach English as mathematics. Please.
Flexibility.
Yes, it is, be flexible, exactly. Make the students to express themselves, to use their own words, but to follow the correct grammatical rule after wish. This is what we want. Thank you, Ms. Rula. Anyway, thanks for your call. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll come anyway. Thank you, Ms. Rula. We wish you good luck. Samah, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, why not?
Page 6.
Activity book or student?
Activity book.
Page number?
6.
6, okay.
Sentence B.
Sentence, here we are.
B.
Sentence B.
Question
Yes.
Go shopping. buy
Exercise 1?
Or 2.
1.
1, okay. What is your question, Samah?
I'm not understanding.
It's not very clear. Okay, if you go back, Mr. Karim, can you answer him?
It's okay,
or
no
Mr.
problem.
Mazin,
No-
it's okay.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Go shopping, buy food for her family. So here,
Let's make her understand, the rubric of the question.
yes,
I
of
mean.
course,
What
here,
has
here,
happened?
yes, here we are talking about present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Okay.
Yes.
So when we talk about that, here we have the progressive or the continuous, which refers to a period of time. When I say, for example, waiting, buying things, going shopping, etc. So here we focus on the duration, on the period of time. Okay, but when we finish the action, when the action is over, is finished, then here we use the present perfect simple. Here the sentence says, go shopping, buy food for her family. So what do we say here? Here we say, do we say he was
She.
or she was, she has been shopping, or we say she has
Gone shopping.
I
She has
think,
gone shopping.
Mr. Karim, here
Yes.
her task is to write two statements.
two statements.
The first statement
Yes.
is to say what has just happened.
Exactly.
The
and-
second sentence, what have these people been doing?
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
So here we have the first example. Try to do
Exactly the same. Right.
to follow the same strategy as it is mentioned in exercise or in sentence A.
Right.
Here, come out of the sea, then swim with his friends. He's just come out of the sea. What has he been doing?
Exactly.
He has
He's been swimming with his friends.
Okay.
So sentence B, she has just, I think, gone shopping. She has just gone shopping.
Or she has
Or-
been shopping
or-
because she has finished.
Yes, it's
now
okay.
here.
It's okay. Or she has been buying food. We can
Yes,
say that.
of
She has
course.
been buying food for her family.
Yes.
She has been buying food for her family. She has just gone shopping, and she has been
Shopping.
buying, or she has been shopping, or she has just bought food. We can use.
Yes,
She has just bought food for her family. It's okay.
Yes, yes.
And she has been going shopping, right?
Yes, but
what's
since
that?
here we have two phrases,
Yes.
we can say she has been shopping because been and gone have the same meaning. in
Going
fact.
shopping or being.
Yes.
Yes.
Here we say she has
But
been
here, but because we
shopping.
have the verb go,
Right.
Mr. Karim,
So-
we can say she has been going shopping.
Yes,
It's
we
okay, or
can
she
say,
has been
we
shopping.
can say, right.
But you know the difference. She has
okay.
been shopping. She has come.
Yes.
She has been.
Exactly.
She has gone shopping. She has not come yet.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
Right.
that's it. She has. We
So
can say
the
that.
second
okay,
part
okay,
of the
Samah?
sentence,
Samah,
Yes.
are you still with us?
Yes.
Is the answer clear to you?
No, thank you very much.
Is
No.
it clear?
No.
No or yes?
No.
No?
Yes.
No. Okay, good luck. Thank you very much.
you.
Bye.
Okay. Let's go
Okay.
back to the.
Let's go back.
Yes. Yes.
The
Paragraph.
text.
Yes. So as
We have, sorry, Fadi from Latakia. Good morning, Fadi.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Fadi.
I have a question about the first unit, the grammar.
The first unit,
grammar.
Grammar, yes.
grammar.
Present
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
We know that since and for are used with both present perfect, continuous, and simple.
Yes.
How can I differ between them?
No difference, Fadi, but when we talk about, if we want to make a comparison between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous, I think we mentioned this in our last seminar, and I said, as I remember, that the present perfect simple is used in general to talk about achievements.
Finished
in general,
activity.
finished actions. I mean, I have watched a film, I have finished the lesson, I have written a story, etc. If we want to focus on the duration of the action, it is better to use the continuous form, especially if the action has not been finished yet. I mean, here we are discussing, let's say, Unit 1. We have started, yes, but if we want to say how long, we should say we have been talking about Unit 2 since 11 o'clock or for about an hour, half an hour.
Yes.
Okay, Fadi?
Yes.
Of course, here, for example, let's say that I live in Damascus or in Latakia for many years. I can say I have lived in Latakia for 5 years. It's okay. It refers to the achievement.
Yes.
I mean, if I say I have lived in Latakia for 5 years, it's not necessarily that I am still living in Latakia.
Yes.
But if I say I have been living in Latakia for 5 years, it means that I am still living in Latakia. So, but in grammar, grammatically speaking, in the exam, we use both. We use for and we use since with both tenses, you're right. So it depends on the speaker and what he wants to say. So in the exam, don't worry.
Yes.
If you find for or since, both are accepted.
Yes, Mr.
Okay,
Unless,
Fadi?
Mr.
But there is a difference.
Unless we have a state verb, as I said in the last
yes, you're right.
session.
Okay, Fadi?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go back.
Okay. So
we need to finish the story, Mr.
okay,
Kevin.
yes. Yes,
So the first story is
Yes.
about Ireland.
Ireland.
You mean the economic situation at the beginning of the 19th century was very bad.
Yes.
Farmers were poor,
Yes.
and they used old-fashioned methods.
So
that's why they decided to leave
immigrate,
Ireland
yes,
or to immigrate.
To migrate. And next, in 1820 and 1840,
Yes.
The situation deteriorated, and in the
Potato famine began.
Yes,
in the year 1845.
Yes,
What, let's say, what happened for the, let's say, potato crops in Ireland?
Yes.
Let me ask you this question.
Disease destroyed 75% of the year potato, which is the main food. For this reason, they called it the potato famine.
So, because it was the main food, many
Yes.
people died, and there was a huge increase in immigration to other countries in Europe.
Yes.
This is the story about Ireland.
Yes.
So, we know from this story, we understand, or we learn from this story that many people can leave their home countries because of the bad economic situation in their country.
Yes.
Another story, Mr. Karim, thank you, Mr. Mazin, which is in paragraph B. It is another story about an island which is called Tristan da Cunha.
Here we have another reason for migrating, for leaving one place to another. Mr. Mazin talked about a potato famine in Ireland. Now we are talking about, a natural, what we call a natural phenomena, which is a volcano or an earthquake. This happened in a small island that is called Tristan da Cunha. Tristan da Cunha is a small island in the South Atlantic Ocean. Of course, it is, a small island with a small number of people, which is about 268 people at that time.
Yes.
So what happened in Tristan da Cunha? Earth tremors, or when we say that the earth starts to shake,
Yes.
It's called the tremors.
Yes.
So here, this tremor or these tremors, you know,
became
became
very
frequent.
It means repeated many times.
Exactly. So the people started to feel afraid of staying on.
So what did the government decide at that time?
Yes, here the government decided that this island was no longer safe for people to live on. So because of that, they brought a ship and picked the people and moved them or took them to another island, to a nearby island. This is what happened in the beginning. Of course, they were taken to South Africa. Then after that, they also were taken to England.
And they stayed in England for 2 years.
For 2 years.
After 2 years.
Yes, after 2 years, and when the tremors stopped,
I mean,
on their
the volcanic
island,
eruption stopped.
Exactly.
The volcano
so
stopped.
some people decided to get back to their home.
But not everyone
But
returned.
not no.
Why?
I say some
Why?
people.
Why?
Because actually they adapted. They had
adapted to life in England.
life in England. Here, why we say they had adapted? Because we have two actions now, and this is what we are going to explain about past perfect. So they had adapted to life in England. Here they decided, some people decided to go back, but others decided not to go back. Why? Because they had adapted to life in England.
Yes.
Okay.
This is number one. We have some people who died there
Of
also.
course, many events happened
Exactly.
with the people or the population of the island in England.
Yes.
As you mentioned, Mr.
Yes,
Kareem,
yes.
10 couples from the island had married.
Had married,
8 babies had been born.
Yes,
5 elderly people had died. Many events
Yes.
happened with the
now
people.
here we notice, Mr. Bassett, it is very important that here all these events happen in past or are used in past perfect.
Okay.
Why? Because all of them come after the verb decided. Decided not to get back. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 happened.
We're going to
before
talk
that.
about
We are
some
going to
details
talk
in the
about that.
thesis. But
Exactly.
before we go on, let's try to do exercise 5. There is no need to, I think, maybe we can correct the statements in exercise 4. It's
Yes,
okay.
okay.
Sentence A here,
Yes.
read the article again and decide whether these statements are true or false.
Yes.
The first one, in the 19th century,
Yes.
over 500,000 people died as a result of the potato famine.
Yes.
Is it true or false?
No, it's false, because in the 19th
Not over
century,
500,000 people.
350,000 million people.
Exactly. Exercise 4, page
Yes.
17, Mr.
Yes.
Kareem.
350,000 people died as a result of
Yes.
potato famine.
The people of Tristan da Cunha were immediately taken from their island to England.
No, of
not
course not.
immediately.
Not
If we
immediately,
want
they
to
were
talk about
taken-
immediately, not to England.
No, to South Africa.
To a nearby island, before
Yes.
South Africa.
Yes,
I
to a
think
nearby island. Then to
to South Africa, then to England. 3 stages.
Exactly.
So here, instead of England, we can say to a nearby island.
island.
Exactly.
Number 3.
See, the people of course, we have many ways to correct the statement.
course.
Here, it's not the job or the task of the student to correct, just to say true or false.
False, but
here,
in the exam-
we are trying to help the
Yes.
students how to correct the statements.
Yes. Number
See,
3.
the people of Tristan da Cunha went home, even
though-
though there was
No.
still volcanic activity.
No, people
It's not
of
correct.
Tristan da Cunha went home after the volcanic activity stopped.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mazin. Mayar from Damascus. Good morning, Mayar.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
We're fine. Thank you. Your question, please.
Actually, I have two questions.
The first one.
The first one is about the grammar.
Okay.
If I start my sentences by past tenses, can I complete it in future tense? Like
Where?
Example, give me
Give me an example in the composition. You mean,
complete.
like
or to complete the statements? I mean, where can you write this? Can you give me an example?
yes, like I lost my card key.
I what?
I lost my keys.
I lost my keys. Okay.
So I will not go with you.
I won't, so
It's
I
okay.
won't go with you.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's correct. Why not?
It is correct.
Yes,
we have
of
an
course.
action that finished in the past, and as a result, yes.
I'd like to advise you, not only you,
All the
but all
students.
the students who are following us now, and even our dear colleagues, English teachers, when dealing with grammar, especially in English,
Not mathematics.
don't try to imitate another subject. I mean, don't learn grammar as if you were learning mathematics. It's wrong. It's a wrong strategy. No. Here it is language, Mayar. You can use your own words and express what you want, express your ideas. Okay, I have lost my keys. It's okay.
In the
It is
past.
something happened before now. Or I lost my keys.
Yes.
I lost them. So that's why I will never,
I
let's
won't
say,
go with
put them
never-
on the table or put them in a place which is not safe. So that's why I will keep them in my pocket. You can use the future. Why not? It's correct. You can use the past. I know someone told you that when you find a clause in the past simple,
complete it.
you have to complete it in the past simple, and it's not mathematics. Again, language is not mathematics. Please, when you give correct information, it's okay. When there is a sequence of your ideas, correct sequence, or if you want to talk about sequence of events, it's correct. If you want to link ideas, an idea from the past with another idea in the future, it's correct. So it depends on what the speaker wants to say. Okay, Mayar?
Okay, thanks.
Your next
Teacher.
question, please.
We haven't taken the unit 11 and 12.
Uh-huh.
Are they included in the final exam?
Well, you are a baccalaureate student, Mayar. And you know that in the baccalaureate, everything is required from you. I mean, this is a course, and you are going now to finish a stage. You are going to the university, so you should have, let's say, finished everything in your course. Now, I know there is an educational loss, and that's why we are here in our seminars. This is what we do. We are trying to compensate the educational loss.
Make up.
Everything you lost at schools, we are here to focus on it. This is the plan of the Ministry of Education. So please try to prepare everything. If you lost something, please try to, let's say, compensate it at home. You can give the help from anyone in your family, a friend, a teacher in your school. They would be ready for you. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you, Miyar. Thank you. Okay, let's go back.
The last one.
The last one, the Arabian Gulf countries experienced. There is no need because we didn't read
didn't
it.
study it.
Let's go. It's
No
okay. It's
problem.
okay. Let's go on to exercise 5, page 18, please.
Yes.
Here, Mr. Karim,
Yes.
complete these sentences with words derived from the words in brackets. You could check your answers in a dictionary. I'd like to start with Mr. Mazin, one
Yes.
by one, please.
Yes.
My weekly, here we have some words between the brackets.
Brackets.
The student should know here whether to use a noun,
A verb.
an adjective,
The correct
a
form of
verb,
the word,
the
because
correct
The
part
correct
of
form,
speech of the
yes,
word.
part,
Please,
yes.
Mr.
Yes,
Mazin.
number one, my weekly earnings, because we have weekly adjective, we have to use a noun.
So my weekly
Earnings.
Weekly here is an adjective, so
We
she
have to-
has. You have to use
An
earnings.
Yes.
My weekly earnings.
Are twice
We have
as
another
much.
call, Duha from Damascus countryside. Good morning, Duha.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Are you working hard for the exam, Duha? Are you
No.
preparing very well?
Yes.
Oh, good. Good student. Okay.
Sir, sorry, I just have a question about the keywords of our sentence.
About what?
Keywords.
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 Of what?
Yes.
Of what?
I just worried about because sometimes we can see two keywords in one sentence, and I just found it very similar between the tenses. So what we can do?
Can you give me an example?
I haven't.
I will
special example.
give you
But
example.
I'm
Mr. Mazen.
I just ask you for the simple way to
Okay,
understand this
Mr.
idea.
Mazen, please give us an example.
For example, on page 6, just in the activity book, we have this example. Have you had or been having a holiday yet this year? She means we have
Page
yet.
6, sentence 1,
Yes,
exercise
2, sentence number C, the first
C,
one.
the first one.
Yes.
Have you
Had or have you been having
a holiday yet this year?
She means we have two, two words. Yes, time reference.
have you had a holiday
Yet and this
or
year.
have you had been having a holiday?
Yes.
This is what you mean. Here, of course, it is wrong to use been having.
Yes.
Here, yet is used with the question. It's okay. Have you had? I think you are asking me about the use of the tense itself. The use of the tense. I didn't ask you. Yet, you mean yet? You are asking me about the word yet, the key word, for example.
She means she has two keywords.
Duha.
Yes, sir.
Duha.
Yes.
Do you mean the word yet as a key word here? Do you mean the word yet in the statement, for example? Yet
Yes.
here is a
Yeah.
key word for what? For the present perfect in negative forms and in question forms. Here.
I mean special the perfect tenses.
I mean what?
The perfect tenses.
Perfect tenses.
Okay.
What about
What's the
it?
problem?
Here.
I didn't understand you really. What's the problem with them? Can
Yes,
you
sir.
repeat again, please?
Yeah, I found the keyword is very similar between the tenses. So I sometimes
Aha.
I found
Now I
found-
understand you. Sorry. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Now I understand you. And this is another mistake some students,
Yes.
let's say, follow. Maybe not you. You have, let's say, recognized everything, but or realized what you have to do. But maybe other students don't know that they are, let's say, making mistakes. For example, let's
Yes.
talk about the word for. If I give you one clause, a sentence which contains one clause, okay? Ali, between brackets, stay in Homs for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Of course, maybe a number or a lot of students will think that, okay, we have for here, that's why
Present
we should
perfect.
use the present perfect. Not only the present perfect, Duha. We can use any tense you like. I can say, I will stay in Homs for 2 weeks.
I stayed.
I was staying in Homs for 2 weeks. I stayed in Homs for 2 weeks. I'm going to stay in Homs for 2 weeks.
I have
I have
stayed.
stayed in Homs for 2 weeks. I have been staying in Homs for 2 weeks. All these tenses are correct with for. So, if we have one clause, sentence of one clause, but if I say, my brother studies, let's say, medicine in England, okay?
Okay.
He studies medicine in England.
Yes.
So this is a fact. And he is now where? In England.
England.
So if I want to focus on the duration, he has been studying there for 2 weeks. Here, the only tense that can be used in this situation is the present perfect continuous or the present perfect simple. Why? Because he is still in England. He studies in England. He hasn't finished yet.
The action
So he
is-
has been studying.
The action is
Okay,
not over.
not the future,
Yes.
not the past. So it depends on the situation. I know someone maybe taught you that if you find this word, you have to use this. If you find this, you have to use this tense.
This is not
I
my-
said before, don't learn the language as students as mathematics. Okay, Duha?
Okay,
Do you
thank you,
understand
sir.
me? Do you understand
Thank you.
me? It depends on what you say.
The situation.
The situation
Okay.
itself. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I thank you for all your efforts.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Wish you good luck. Well,
Let's go
because we have no time, let's go directly
to the second.
to the second unit in the activity book. I think we have another text at page 9. It is about animal migration. Let me ask you directly,
Yes.
Mr. Mazen,
Yes.
what is animal migration?
When we talk about animal migration, we mean the movement of an animal from the place where it has been living to a different place and the return journey to that animal original home.
Animal's original home. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Karim, when we talk about animals, of course, when animals migrate, they migrate for reasons. Why
course.
do animals migrate in general?
In general, migration is to find food first of all, and to raise up their
So, animals
children.
migrate
Yes.
to find food or to raise
raise
their
the-
young. When
their
we
young.
say to raise their young,
Raise means here
is
to
to
take
bring
care,
up-
to bring up,
to
and
bring
take
up
care
their
of.
children.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
yes, that's
Bring
right.
up.
Now, we know that most migrating animals follow the same route every year, and from generation to generation, they don't change the route, their way, their
Yes.
path when they travel.
Yes.
Land animals, okay, may cross mountains, forge through rivers. What do we mean by the word forge here, Mr.
Yes.
Karim?
For here means to advance steadily,
That's it.
right?
Very good. Now,
Yes.
of course, birds, insects, they mention here that they travel long distances,
Exactly, extensive distances.
Now, we know that animal migration happens at certain times in the year, not at any time. No,
Of
in
course.
certain times.
Yes.
So here, why do animals migrate northwards in summer, Mr. Maz?
Yes, because the long summer days there means that there is a plenty of food, a lot of food.
Good. And other animals, Mr. Karim, migrate in winter. Why do
The
some
opposite
animals
direction.
migrate southwards in winter?
Because when in the south there is winter, then in the north there is summer. Because of that, okay, they migrate south or
So that's why
north.
they follow the southern summer.
Exactly.
The southern
in order
summer.
also to have, a longer
Yes.
day and therefore
Thank you.
a lot of food.
Thank you very
for
much.
that.
We have another call.
Yes.
Muhammad from Dar'a. Good morning, Muhammad.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you?
I am, thank you.
Okay, your question, please.
هلا ممكن سؤال أستاذ؟
Can't you speak in English, Muhammad?
لا no.
No. Okay, you said no. Okay, your question, please. It's okay.
هلا
You can ask in Arabic. Okay, no
It's okay. It's okay.
هسا أستاذ مشان مواضيع الإنجليزي
Mhm.
كيف بتيجي؟
Aha.
الامتحان.
Are you a student in grade 12, Muhammad?
نعم.
You are a student in grade 12 in the baccalaureate?
بكالوريا.
Good, baccalaureate. Muhammad, you have 2 books in the baccalaureate in English, right? You have the student's book
Yes.
and you have the activity book, right?
نعم.
Good. If we go back to the student's book, here,
أيوه.
let me go directly to page, maybe, yeah, it's page, where is the
Now
first
look
topic?
at Unit 2, Mr. Bassel.
Yes,
Unit
it's
2,
okay.
the
It's
same
okay.
unit here.
Here, at the end of each unit, Muhammad, I know, it's okay. At the end of each unit, there is a composition. You should have trained a lot at school. You must have trained a lot at school with the teacher in classrooms about how to write a composition. You are a baccalaureate student. You have passed, let's say, a number of
Stages.
grades or stages, and you should know now how to write a composition. When we write a composition, we should start with a key sentence. The key sentence should clarify to the reader the topic of your composition. What are you talking about? From the first sentence, from the
the
key
beginning
sentence,
of
then
the
you
composition.
start to give more examples. You can, to support your idea, you can give opinions about something, etc. That's it. Of course, later on, maybe before the exam, we are going to maybe specify 2 seminars or 1 seminar to talk about how to write
The exam.
a composition. We promise you, we promise you as a team that we are going to talk about especially how to write compositions
Correctly.
and how to be corrected in the final exam. It's okay. Jawab from Damascus countryside. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Oh, your question, please.
Activity book.
What page?
Page 44.
44. Okay.
Exercise 1.
Exercise 1.
B. Dima and
Just a minute. Here we
from
are.
The phone. I'll hear you from the phone.
It's okay. Page 44. B. Okay. Here, how to report. Where are you going? Dima asked Ruba. Whatever.
Yes.
Let's try to do it, please,
Yes.
Mr. Mazen.
Yes. Where are you going? This is the question. Reported speech. The question in the report speech. Dima asked Ruba where she was going.
Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Kareem, Ruba answered Dima.
Yes.
So what can
Here
we
the
say?
answer is I'm going to visit my cousins in the next town. So here we say Ruba said she, because you know we changed, we have some changes.
Because you are the speaker
yes,
now, not Ruba.
Of course. She was going to visit her cousins in the next town.
That's it.
That's it, okay.
So easy. Thank
very
you,
simple.
Muhammad. Thank you, Jawad.
Just now pay attention to the words that need to be changed.
Yes.
We have
yes.
some words to be changed, like, you know, the subject, the object, maybe the possessive adjective, and some other words.
I
Thank
think not clear. The slide is it clear? The slide.
Yes.
Let's go directly to just one tense, which is the past perfect. We have only 2 minutes, maybe, right? Here we are. Yes.
Yes. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Please, Mr. Mazen.
Yes. The past perfect, first of all, the form, which is subject plus had plus verb 3, or the past participle. The past perfect tense is used to describe something that happened before a time or another action in the past. For example, by 1854, quarter of the population of Ireland had immigrated to America. Number 2, Irish people immigrated because so many had died of starvation.
So here, by 1854 is a time.
A time.
While in the second sentence we have 2 actions.
2 actions.
Yes, please.
Yes.
What else?
Past perfect, we use it to talk about a situation or state, feeling or action in the past. Tariq felt nervous because he had never flown before. When I read the letter, I couldn't stop smiling. I had passed all my exams.
Thank you. Mr. Kareem, please, can you talk about the past perfect in 1 minute?
Actually, you know,
33.
yes, the past perfect. I
Maybe
think
the past.
here, no problem.
It's
But
okay.
we can, okay, it's okay.
If we go back to the past continuous,
yes,
it would be better.
Past continuous.
Now, just now, please, here, we need now to talk about past in general, Mr.
We have
Bassel.
1 minute.
1 minute here in 3 sentences.
We
can
have the slide, please.
exemplify, because now
It's okay.
yes, the slide
I
is not
can
ready.
read it. It's okay.
So, but we need now here the overhead, please.
We can't read it because we have 1 minute.
Okay.
We don't
so
have
here,
time.
listen to me, please. Here, Mr. Bassel, when I say, when I arrived, my mother cooked.
Yes.
This is a sentence in simple past. When I arrived, my mother cooked. It means here that my mother started cooking after I arrived.
Exactly. Let me give you an example from the slide. We can use it here. He moved to Canada when he was 5.
Okay.
He moved to Canada. It's the same one.
Exactly.
When he was 5.
This is about simple past.
Yes.
Right. Then another example about past continuous. The same example I'm going to mention. When I arrived, my mother was cooking. The same example, but in the present, in past continuous here. What does it mean here? It means that my mother started cooking before I arrived, but she didn't finish. Right?
Here we have a similar example.
A similar example.
Nasser was riding his bike when he fell off.
Exactly.
While I was shopping in the market, I met Kareem.
Very nice.
That's it.
Very nice. About past continuous. Okay. The last one about past perfect.
Time is over.
Time is over. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Well,
yes.
We are very sorry. Time is over, dear students. At the end of this seminar, dear students, dear colleagues, let me thank my colleagues colleagues, Mr. Mazen Abdul Karim, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your participation. And Mr. Karim Qassab, my dear senior supervisor in the Ministry of Education. Thanks for coming, Mr. Karim.
Thank you, Mr.
Dear
Bassel.
students, we promise you that we have another seminar next Monday. Please keep in touch. We are going to talk about Unit 3. At the end of this seminar, we wish you all the best. Goodbye. Thank you.